Hello everyone, Megazip here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. So, today we're gonna work on a new base. And I don't know why I still have smart splitters on my list here. Let me, logistics. Let's just get rid of that off my to-do list. So as you can see, I got the little coffee cup, got some extra tickets. Like a fresh cup of joe, right? So the current base is still here. I haven't taken it down yet. And that's because I have work to do before I can move the majority of my stuff. I did go ahead and unlock the Mark II. As you can tell, I went ahead and unlocked the Mark II blueprinter. I just needed to finish out the last parts there, so I went ahead and did it Saturday, just so we can get it off my plate, and just focus on working on Phase 3. But in order to do Phase 3, I need to scale up productions. There's a lot of moving parts, if you will. Like right now, the only production that's working on it is the frameworks, which are still being built over there. But I also want to free up this space so that way I can possibly expand. Now, originally, on Friday, I talked about, I'm going to use the map here. I talked about building a steel factory over here by the coast. Because, there's plenty of, pure note stuff over there. I since changed my mind. I'm not going to build over there yet. Because there is bauxite over there, I haven't looked up what it takes to do aluminum stuff yet. That's sort of a next phase area. And I don't want to build something over there and end up having to take it out. So I'm going to refrain from it. However, right over here is where I'm currently making, or where I was started working on a factory for Caterium. And right next to it is a few things, so I can make a steel factory over here instead. Now, we're gonna get started on get started on the base in a minute. What I want to do is go over here and get some Caterium. Because what I did is I did turn the factory on to make wire, the Caterium wire stuff, because it's kind of needed for some of the base related stuff that I'm doing. Now I've already started working on this base, but I hadn't started on the upper area, if you will. If you see the initial picture for the stream, you'll know that it's sort of a picture of the I guess the cave area, if you will. So you can see right here I have a pure node coal, I've got a pure node iron, and not only that, but I have another iron node like somewhere over here, like right there. So we've got plenty of iron. I've got a copper node over there that I'm going to be using over here anyway, but I don't need the whole thing. So I believe it's a pure node. So part of it will be going into this factory, part of it will go into this factory, and yeah, we're going to be doing a bunch of that soon. I want to get the new base made because when I was working on the designs for the roads, right, we kind of went round and round a little bit with the rails, and sure enough, they actually did show up in here, but I'm not happy with those. I'm gonna go with a different direction, and I need the Mark V designer, I think, in order to make it the way I want it. So right now I got this thing going ahead and running, and it's spitting out a whole bunch of Caterium. As you can see, quick wire. And I'm gonna take a bunch of stacks here. I'll take 3 out of each. side here. Nice even distribution, if you will. One of the things I'm putting in the new base is ceiling lights, and they use 50 Caterium per light. So, yeah. That's kind of why I need it. So that's why I went ahead and started that factory, to get this thing going. Because AI limiters are just made with copper sheets and quick wire, so that's why I have 2 containers. One will go to making AI limiters, the other one will eventually just be making lots of quick wire. Now, I haven't decided if I'm probably going to I'm gonna probably semi redo that in a way that I'm gonna be loading it into a truck or something like that. So just having a lot of storage for quick wire and trips and everything, because it's spitting out pretty fast. As far as the new base goes, the location of the new base is really just, you could say it's up the road from where I'm at. So I don't have that far to travel. I had very specific requirements for the new base, which this one did not fulfill. And so we're going there now. Now, one of the things I did do is turn the fog off. So we're not gonna have to deal with the fog now. That shit was driving me crazy. I have to do it on every time I launch the game. I have a command I have to do. But here is where the new base is located. Right there. I can get in right here. I need to make this a little more distinctive over here, because I passed this thing so many times trying to get into it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to clean this up in a little bit. This is one of the entrances I can use. There's 2 entrances, but this is the only one I have that I'm going to be using right now. The other one I won't be using for a period of time. So I'm just going to move my truck up here a little bit. Now, you can see I have lights in here, and they're always on because, well, this is completely enclosed, and I did that on purpose. This is strictly for me to drop things off. You see I have a gas station. I also have a place that I can empty my pockets into. Now, it is completely dark in there right now. Why so long? Because I'm going to have storage units over here. So, just to give you a general idea on what I'm doing in there. In here is a sorting mechanism. So, it exits out there and it goes through a series of smart splitters. So, if I drop, for instance, if I was to drop blue slugs are separated out, made into power shards. Yellow ones, same thing. Purple ones, same thing. And then from there, I'm doing, anytime I kill game, they, the remains becomes alien protein, and I also have them optimized with summer sloops to double the output. That in turn gets sent over here into this machine, which then gets sent over here. Alien protein makes biomass. The biomass makes biofuel, and then biofuel, which right now is stored right here, goes all the way down the line and into this machine right here where I'm making liquid biofuel. Liquid biofuel then goes into this reservoir for storing. It then gets pumped into here with empty canisters and outputs liquid biofuel. Liquid biofuel will then be split. Right now it's not. It's being put in here, but it'll eventually be split and it'll be sent down to go into the truck stop here. So whenever I pull up, my truck will automatically fuel up. But it's also going to go into a container over here where I can keep some canisters on me, which I don't have on me right now, but I do have a few canisters sitting in here. So, just kind of give you a general idea of what I'm doing down here. I'm going to be sorting out a bunch of stuff. That's why there's so much room in here. Eventually, I'm going to do summer sloops. I'm going to do sorting out things that are very specific that I want in their own container. Things like summer sloops, things like, just go over here for a second. You know, things like Mercer spheres. I want them, those two can be put in the same container. I'm going to take bacon and barrel nuts and pale berries and make medical inhalers. You know, so all of that's going to be handled in there. And everything else, I'm probably just going to dump into a container. And then I can pick through it. And if there's things I don't want, I could just come over here. Actually, I'm going to put another container or another one of these over here to say trash, and it'll go straight into the sink. So a lot of things to do. Now, behind this wall here, which I'll take this out real quick, is one of my power stations. I ran a couple extra power poles so that way I could get to it. You can kind of see it's nice and peaceful. There's water all over the place over here. So, but the main part of the base that we're going to work on is upstairs, which I haven't even started on yet. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with today, but I don't know where I want to start that yet. So I'm probably just going to, I still need to put a roof in here. Let me see, is this all the correct level? I think just raise up a little bit. Yeah, there's the, okay. Oop. So let me just put in a 2-meter foundation in here. I need to put lights in this room. So that way I can see what the hell I'm doing, because when it gets dark, it gets dark. So what I could do is maybe put in a couple of lights or something. Like I don't have to put in, I could put these floodlights in, like right here. And raise them up a little bit. Maybe put one over the door here. Heck, I can probably put one on the on this side too. That way I can see it a little bit better. The thing about these, or the thing about the one out there, is it'll always be on unless I tell it to only come on at night or something. I don't have any. Oh, I got power right there, don't I? See, I anticipated this. Is it already wired up? It is already wired up. See? I'm thinking ahead. So just run that in. Run that in. Actually, no, let's put a double right there. Okay. And then because of that, I can just... Now, these are actually in a wall control over here. They're connected to that. That's why it's not so bright in here, because if I turn those on full blast, it's blinding. It's so bright. So you can kind of see there's a partial entrance thing going on right here. We're not going to worry about that right now. Yeah, we're not going to deal with that right now. So I think I might just put maybe some kind of entrance right here. Maybe. It'll be a temporary one just so I can get up there and I don't have to always use my rockets. Because I don't even have any rocket fuel on me, so. Yeah. So let's see here. Um, so again, this is just a temporary one. I'll probably have a more formal way to get in here at some point, but you can see I have a pretty good amount of room here. And the only real issue that I have is just this right here. And this is from that, because I have this machine, right? I got a refinery right here. So we're just going to, you know, I wonder, I wonder if I have my power plugged into that one. Do I? No. Not really. Okay, so let me take... I'm going to take these out for a moment. And what I'm going to do is put in half-meter ones instead. Okay. So there we can put a railing around it. Ooh. There, that way it can stay open and, you know... Granted, there's no wall right there at the moment. I'll be putting that in later. Okay. So, not bad, not bad. Now I'm going to be putting in a 5x5 and the 4x4 in here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So technically I could put it right in here-ish. Right, so let's look at this. So surface is uneven. Okay. Now, if you all remember, we have a railing system. I will be putting that in, by the way. So it's a matter of deciding. Now, I was, you know, in the previous designs, I had kind of folded it down into the floor, so it was flush. What do you got? Do you guys still like that idea of it being flush into the ground? Hey, Jasper. Welcome to the stream, man. How are you? So... Okay, you don't have to say that many highs. Okay. So, see, this one fits perfectly even, which is what made it such a better setup than the 4x4. Okay. Well, I was hoping it would have fit the way I wanted it to, but... Or would it work better over there? I'm home, the game right now, my dad, because... trying to sell plastic because my dad's. Oh, okay. I understand. Trying to set up plastic. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, let's see. This bleeds over into this angle here. Trying to set up the plastic. I gotcha. Well, it might work better. I didn't realize that was bleeding in like that. Interesting. All right, let's see how it sets over here then. Actually, let me get rid of the damn thing that I got in here with. Get that out of here. Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. But my dad's better because he's at work. I have to set it up. Okay. Well, I mean, plastic isn't too bad. I have a over there is my plastic and rubber factory. So I have a one factory that does both. So it's not too bad. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we got to move this over. Okay, I got to leave this half here. Oof. Yeah, there's some really good planter type sites that can help you plant things out. All right, so how does this look? If I do it over here, then... Okay, that still gives me plenty of room over here. All right, I guess the real question is... What happens if I do that? I'm just playing around to say it up and building a long platform from your base to where the oil is. Okay, that's a little... The last time I did these, I went flush, so it doesn't look good if I go flush, but I do like the idea of it just being slightly down. Let's go ahead and build that, and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I don't mind the slight bit of a hip in there. It's not bad. Okay, very nice. Well, I can show you my my factory that's building the plastic and rubber. If you need like something to sort of look at, if you will, because they both basically mirror each other, even though it's making two different products. All right, so that one's there. And let me see what I can do with this one. Do I have enough to build this one? I do. Okay. This will be the first time I've put both designers in the same base, so... Give me just a second here. Nope. It goes like that. And it has to go at least like that. So let me... This is going to be an interesting take on... No! No, I need... that's not going to work. Okay. I'll have to put it, like, back there or something. Alright, let's take a quick look at the factory that I use for plastic and rubber. Oh, I forgot I'm out of fuel. Let me go get some fuels. That way I keep some on me. I'm over here making packaged liquid biofuel. All right, let me turn around. Whoop, don't want to hit the rock. It is nighttime, so it might be a little hard to see. I don't have any lights. I don't have lights in the factory yet, so it's kind of dark in there. It's on my to-do list. But it's right here. You can see this building right here. So that's a power station, so we can ignore that. But this is my plastic and rubber factory. Right here. Got a little bit of a design in there. I just don't have any lights in it right now. Is the sun getting ready to come up? So just for clarity here, I have this is my oil node. Maybe show me when it's light. Yeah. So this is the oil node that I'm pumping off of, and it's a I'm pulling in 240 a minute, so this is a pure node. Okay. So I'm pumping maximum flow rate. And it in turn goes right into the building. It goes down, the pipe goes down, and goes straight into the building. And a lot of this other stuff is just sort of design, right? Because you know, this is like a, what do they call it? A trellis? You know, because if it starts raining, just so I don't get wet all the way. Not that that really matters in this game, but it does get annoying. The rain gets annoying at times. But you can see it's just a glass sort of trellis. So here's the oil again, going all the way into the system. Now right now, I don't think it's producing. Well, no, it should still be producing regardless. Now here's the thing. I have this is a maintenance area. All of the piping is all being done down here. So the oil is black, purple is the residue output. I do have belts going under here as well. So if we go in here, see this kind of goes up and over. So we have, like I said, all of the oil is coming in. So that one pure node is used for all 8 of these refineries. These 4 make plastic. These 4 make rubber. So you can see here we have crude oil coming in, and it produces rubber. And it also produces heavy oil residue. Now I just put some metal beams to block these entrances. It's just aesthetics. But everything is running. I come over here and you can see that it's making plastic. 30 oil coming in, it makes plastic, and then makes oil, heavy oil residue. So you can see that the exhaust actually goes all the way through the ceiling. So that sort of thin metal area, that's these frame floors right here. These skinny ones. And then that's just a concrete roof up there. So when the plastic, as I said, we get plastic and heavy oil residue. The plastic comes out 20 per, okay, 20 per minute. So you'll see that it comes out of here and it goes into this, which is a merger. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. This merger then goes into this smart splitter. So this container has my plastic in it, and then I have a dimensional depot on top. Because it's a smart splitter and I always want it to stay running, I tell it to go this way. And what it does is it goes down underneath and is then fed into this this guy right here. And this side does exactly the same thing. It's basically mirrored. There's no dimensional depot on that container, but you can see it. They come out, they go in, and right now they're all going into the sink because the containers are full. So if I open the container, it's full of plastic. Same setup over here. They overflow. Two of them are joined together. They feed into a smart splitter. It goes into a container. Otherwise, it goes into here, down into that, and then it goes right over into that sink. So that's the basic parts of this. Now, we have the heavy oil residue. The heavy oil residue, here's the purple pipes for it, goes into another refinery. And in there, it makes petroleum coke. Now, I'm not doing anything with the petroleum coke right now, so it just gets sent straight to the sink. So if I come over here, you can see it's going straight into this sink right here. Now, rubber produces more petroleum coke than plastic does, so the petroleum coke from these go into this sink, and then all of the excess rubber and plastic also get put into the sink because the output on these is lower. It's only 60 per minute. So that's 120 coming out of those. And this is a Mark III, which is 240. That's it. That's really all there is to it. You know, creating this part is really the easy part. All of this other stuff is just, you know, what I call it, window dressing, if you will. That's really it. I mean, the machine runs, it's always running, never shuts down, because I have everything syncing. So I don't have to worry about it shutting off. But it's running efficiently. I do have a switch over here, which I just put it in here because I was trying to control how these things originally started. Otherwise, it doesn't really... If I turn it off, it'll shut down the whole system, which I don't want to do. That's really it. Do you have any questions or anything? Did I go too fast for you? Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty basic plan. I didn't go over the top with it. I kept it pretty tame. The majority of the work has all been done down here. So you see, these are all the oil pipes. It's just an equal split. I bring it in here and I split it here, and it goes to those four, and then it goes to those four. I do it as an equal distribution. So that way there's less likely to have what's called sloshing, which is where the stuff comes back. Because everything splits off, it sort of fixes itself. Now, the heavy oil residue, these things, you know, they come out Well, it comes out of the refinery and goes straight over here. Same with that one. All of that stuff goes straight into one of the straight into here. I will not go too crazy. Yeah, you don't really have to. I just went a little bit extra as far as like trying to do everything underneath here to keep it nice and clean upstairs. That's about it. The more you play the game, the more you'll start to experiment with design. But in the beginning, you know, just keep it simple. You don't have to go too overboard. This is probably about as fancy as I've got it at the moment. As far as this goes, I think my fanciest build, I think, is over that way. I have a concrete factory where I'm producing 640 concrete a minute, I think, right now. It's kind of an insane creation I've got going on over there. My trucks are over here. Yeah, I mean, you say I've got real basic buildings. I have, you know, one where I kind of play around with design. Just keeping it simple, and you don't have to do a pure node either. If you only do a normal node, then you only need 4 refineries. So it also depends on which node that you're getting the oil from. Since I'm getting an oil from a pure node, I have 8 refineries. So if you find yourself with a pure node, then you only need 4 refineries. And I don't think I'm overclocking it. I think I'm pretty much keeping it straight, so... Whoops. I gotta build something over here so I know when to turn. How many times I keep missing it. Whoop. Alright. But yeah, I created 2 entrances into this building. The other one I'm not ready to fully reveal yet. That's why I'm not using it. Okay. Sometimes these doors don't open on time. Let's see. Okay. So I have my 5x5 here, and you can see that I did it on purpose this way, and hopefully I did this right, and I didn't mess this up. So let's see. I'm going to do this one first, and I think we're going to go with concrete walls this time. Now, in my other building, I had glass going every other, but this is going to be an internal building, so I don't need glass in it. Maybe on that side, since it's on an exterior wall. But what I need to check right now is to see if these rails are going to fit. So, you haven't seen my buildings yet. I put in a railing system so that way I can walk around. This is not exactly where it's going to go. It's actually going to go on the top. I'm just testing this right now. So that way when I'm working on my designer, I can go all the way around it and I'll have access to these. Now this, as I said, this isn't actually, it's going to go up there. It looks like it fits, so that's good. I was a little worried about that one. So let's put it where it's supposed to be now. So basically I would be turning right here-ish. Yeah, it's kind of a tricky one. I think I might have positioned it wrong. Probably needed to come back that way. No, yeah, actually I think it did. It needed to go that way or that way. Because I need to build across this. This is the actual designer surface. This is not. So let me relocate this. Let me pick it up and move it. Okay. Try that again. Let me just put it in position. That part is fine. This is the part that I need to fix and do it right. So let me go down here. We're going to put it right on the edge. Right on the edge. If I did that right, then we'll place it. And then we need to test this side next. So now we go with walls here. Because when I did my old building in my old playthrough, I don't think I quite mastered this the way I wanted to, because there were some gaps in it. Alright, so now's when we're going to test that architecture part. Because we'll take this. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. And see. So I'm kind of learning how to set this in position the right way. I really could make it as tight as I want it. Okay. I didn't do this justice last time, so... We can go edge to edge with the entire machine. That's good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it all the way to the edge. Or do we want to take it to the edge of this way? That'll leave me with an entire row over here that doesn't do anything. That might make it fit over here that much better. Because this is where I want to put it. But I need to see something here, so... 2... It's really 6 instead of 5, so... It's still going to stick out a little bit. I guess that would be fine. This kind of the things that I go through when I'm trying to design something. Trial and error. Okay. So knowing what I know now, I can go to the edge. To the edge. And now we just need to go all the way down to this edge. There. Now, the only one I'm really going to have an issue with is this wall here, because you notice it's not even. It's not even Steven. Oh, I actually wanted it to go down. I didn't want to have to step up into it. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't need to overthink this. Now, this row here will be metal, and so will that one, because the outside is metal. But in here, it'll be concrete. So I'll do the concrete walls first. So go up. Now I have this little partial wall here, so this is going to be an interesting conundrum. Well, I'll just have to build it to this halfway point right here. So how we do that is we build it to here. I hit H so I can nudge. And then I just nudge it. Now I could just nudge it straight in. If I go one more, it'll be right on it. I could technically do that. Now, being that we're not done yet, just kind of go inside here for a second. If I did this right, then let's see. Oops. This will be even tighter than the way I used to do it. Oh, I don't know if I like that, though. That's like really, really on the edge. No, I don't think I like that. Over there, it's fine. Right here on this initial edge, maybe not. Yeah. I think we're gonna tweak this a little bit. Go on this side. I think I am gonna give it a little bit of breathing room. So we're gonna I'm gonna go back to my original thought before I did all this, which I know is terrible. Disappearing, reappearing. So let's reposition it again. This time we're going to give it the half depth that I originally had proposed doing based off of that number. That will in turn give me a half depth here under this wall. And half depth on this wall. Yep. That's it right there. So let's enclose it. This way I don't have to do any weird like halves and whatnot. We're going to go through a lot of concrete, so... See, now by doing this, I think this is going to work out better. I'm kind of concerned about not being able to see. Just put that one right there. When I'm up here, I want to be able to see the line, and I think that's why I needed to move it. All right. Before I get too far along here, I'm running low on concrete. I'm pulling from my dimensional depot, which I don't want to do necessarily. So let me go downstairs real quick. And I think I had some in my truck, but I think I put some in there. Let's see, did I put some in there? I did. Not a lot, but I did. We may have to take a trip to my concrete factory and go get some concrete. So I am going to go through a lot. So let's do that real quick. It's a little bit of a ways away, but I could go to the starter factory and get it out of there, but I'd rather go to my actual concrete factory because eventually that is what's going to be supplying concrete to everything, so I might as well use it. And by everything, I mean just everything in this region, I should say. I've been debating on how I want to do this playthrough since it's random nodes. So the nodes are not where they normally are. I mean, there's some that are, but most of them aren't. Like where I'm going right now is where there used to be pure coal nodes. It's where I used to build one of my early coal power plants, and it's got two pure nodes for in order to do concrete. So we got a little bit of a travel. Not too bad, not terrible. Gotta try to avoid all of these critters. The critters aren't hostile, although they're supposed to attack me if I attack them, but they don't. So where I'm going is right here is where I would normally start if I started in this region on a normal game. And this oil node right here is one of my power plants, and it normally it's where I would do my first concrete mini factory. Is that right there? But instead, we're going up top. Up top above that waterfall, you can kind of see the back of the building there. That is my concrete factory. Under normal playthrough, it's where you want to put a coal power plant. So yeah, producing 600. Get out of here. Boom. Dead. I kill him off the rest of the way. What you get for getting in the way? Anyway. Yeah, so this is where my pure... Jeez, I'm dodging these things everywhere. So this is where my pure node is, or my pure... I guess be pure concrete. I got plenty of room. I'll probably max it and then dump some of it in here. But yeah, this is a pure concrete one. I'm using the wet concrete. Check this out. This is where I'm using the wet concrete alternate recipe. These things are full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full containers. That's crazy. That's a lot of concrete. So right now they're spitting into these things. So let's guess we just pull from right here, shouldn't we? There we go. Now it'll all start funneling in. So let's go up here and check this out. See all this stuff moving. It's quite fascinating. Look at that. They're all daisy chained to each other. Eventually I'm going to have a truck stop here. I could do... well, yeah, I'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 truck stops over here. And it'll just go to a central distribution center that I'll put together eventually. The idea that I'm floating right now is having a basically a railroad distribution center in each, like 4 of them total on the map, and my trucks are actually what supply them. Or my trucks are basically, they come and get the stuff from there. Not too much of a design here, just a very basic one. Few windows. So, but I'm running on 2 pure nodes. Wet concrete mod. I swear these beans are still congregating over here. Oh, there's only 1 over there now. There was 2 over here congregating. Oh no, there he is. So I got 2 beans over here congregating. And then I've got 4 water sources. I got a pure node over there, which I think on the normal game is something else. So, yeah, that's a pure, or actually, no, I think that's a normal oil node. I got plans for that one. Just not right now. I might use it to make turbo fuel at some point. Maybe. Oh, I should probably take some of that stuff out of my inventory. So let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're going to go back to the base so I can just kill some stuff on the way here. These are the guys that make my fuel. Anybody else? Oh, there he is. Okay, sorry about that. I should just kill everything that that moves as long as I'm traveling. That way, I can just keep funneling it into my truck stop. Actually, I'm gonna stick it into my other one and see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. I haven't really tested it yet. Well, we got a little bit of a setup here. Just kind of working through things. Don't really care for those fly things. Just kind of go around them. But these guys. Kind of get in the way. So I figured I would do, you know, one live stream working on the base, which is what we're doing tonight. I won't have you guys watch any more of it. Well, as far as like watching me build it anyway. We'll get as much of it built today. And then, since I'm working on the Mark V designer and getting that flushed out, it'll actually help because, like I said, I'm going to do the railway designs using it because I need like an extra block. This was some of the thoughts that I have for a two-way line. Or actually, it'll probably be more like a four-way line. And then because I want to get all of the roadways and stuff put in. Or at least, not all of them, obviously, but just like most of them put in. Alright, let's see if this works now. I haven't tried this yet, so... It's supposed to go into this. Well, it went somewhere. I think it moved so fast I didn't even see it. Yep, it did, because there it is. It just flew, went right on through it. Well, it works. That's good. All right, let's go back upstairs and keep working on that Mark V design. Okay. And I think it's all going to be concrete up here, and I may end up switching a bunch of that down there to concrete too. Okay. Now the real question, I guess, is where will the entrance be? Probably right here, right next to this. So we could just do a normal, one like these. Right. I don't think I need to put any formal doors in. Start off with a normal sort of flow here. Again, I might change some of these out for windows on the exterior. Now this one goes quite high. So we'll start with this side first. Because I remember when I made this in my other playthrough, it took a lot of concrete. And I've got to put the lights in it too. So we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's crazy how tall this thing is. And my perception ain't worth a damn, so I can't tell if that's too tall or... Let me see. Let me just test this here. 1 meter foundation. Well, let's check it here. It's hard to say, but I think that's the top. I think that's the top. So we'll do this now. 9? Is that how far we went up? Wow. Now, how I did this before is... You know, there's an elevator that's going to be used to get to all of the levels, basically. And I don't know where the elevator is going to go yet. So we're going to build this out like normal, and then I'll figure out... Then I'll figure out where the elevator is going to go. More than likely, it'll probably be coming off of this section over here. More than likely. And this might not even be the final level either. This is just where I'm taking it at the moment. The last one, like I said, I built this on the 1.1 playthrough, and it just you almost felt like you're in a nosebleed section. It was up so damn high. Now my 4x4, I didn't actually finish it out over on that other base area. So, okay. Now, like I said, I think I'm going to put windows on the exterior, but not on the interior. Because this is an interior wall. And I don't know if I necessarily need windows on it, because like there's going to be a wall right here. So this is a normal wall. This is a wall where we could have a window. So let me, let's look at it. Could go with this style window. Now there is a way to do substitutions and all that. I'm only taking one out right now. Okay. Because normally I want to go 2 levels up before I put in a window. I think we can go up a level and then put in the window. So I think we're going to go up one more. Can I put that back in its place? Let's see. I'm trying to remember what the key is for that. There's supposed to be a key for that. I don't know what the key is, but that's fine. That's the one I want to take out. So I guess it's a matter of figuring out which window we want to put in there. And I don't do the ends. I typically just do that. So what windows do we want to use? All we're really doing is letting light in. We could do the these full frame windows, which are they're not concrete. They're like you can see they're made a little differently. They kind of have that black look to it. Now the concrete's not going to stay black, so maybe I'll use that. It does mean I'm going to have to get more. So I could have done something like that, or maybe even something like that. You know, I think I like that better. Let me take these out. Mixing things up a little. So we can go, I don't think I remember ever using that one. I kind of like it. It's a different look. And I believe these things can be painted. Can I paint those? Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like they can have a painted surface. Well, that's kind of disappointing. And those are the only ones that have the honeycomb pattern, isn't it? Yeah. That's kind of disappointing in a way. Alright, so that means that that is where we will be walking. So if we put the catwalk in, we can go all the way to here. And all the way to there. Now what goes on the end is just an open catwalk like that. Oh yeah, I like that. It's different, you know? It's different. I like it. Then we come over here, we put in it's better if I do this down here. Now we do have to put in those windows over here too. So, oh, that one. That one. Now, granted, like I said, I haven't put in the elevator yet, so I need to determine where it's going to go. So like I said, I think I'm going to put it here, which means I'm just going to take the doorway out, but I need to put these windows in real quick. Okay, so that one stays, that one goes. This one goes, this one goes. This one goes. So then we come over here. We put the honeycomb one in. A nice forestry look. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. And I know it'll look a little odd because there's windows here, but there's none over there. But that is the nature of things. Now, if you guys feel at the end of this that I should have symmetry and I should put them all the way around, even though those are interior, I can always do that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That means this one. Count that right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's where the elevator is going to go. Is right there. Those can actually stay. But I am going to take these out all the way up. All right. So right here is where the elevator's got to go. Question is, do I have everything? I do. So we're going to, the question is, do we, yeah, actually we should probably go in from the inside. Right? Looks about right. Now I'm going to take this all the way to the top, just like that. And I believe that is where that needs to be. Uh-oh. That can't be right. Yeah, it needs to be right there. Okay, so I need power to this thing, right? So let's go into the machine. So I need power. So that's the power outlet. So I'm going to put the power right there. then I'm going to run power to it. Okay, now how do we get power in there? Well, I have power downstairs, so I just need to... get to it. Don't know if I can rock it up this high, but let's see. Ooh, just barely got up in there. There, power's been ran. So now we can come in here. Just walk around here. You can hear the... So this is going to be home. Home. That. We'll do the orange for home. I'm not worried about that one because we're not there yet. Design level 1. I don't even know what would be a good thing for this. Probably that. A Pioneer. There we go. Pioneer overalls. Oh, and I gotta turn this fucking... I don't like the music in this. Okay, so if we come over here, we say bam. Should take me right over to this. A little bit of a lip there. I don't really like that, but not sure there's anything I can do about it. But there you go. One down. More to go. Alright, so what I've been doing is going every 2. So that means this set right here is the next level. So that means... right, so if we follow this around... right there... So that means I need to take this. Just do it right across here. And that means that, you know, we have our nice level here. And then we have a slightly higher level here. See kind of where I'm going with that? That's where I'm going with that. Okay. So let me go down to the bottom. So keeping that one wall open actually helps me find it. Right? That tells me where it is. Come over here. Grab our elevator floor and make sure that it's facing the correct way. Now, what I have done in the past is I can only have one door leading in. Otherwise, I'd put a door right here so I could get in. So that would be ideal, but you know, we don't have that luxury. So if I go to that one, just so we can look at it, make sure we're in the right spot. There we are. Design level 2. So we can come in here, we can say design level 2. Home is considered design level 0. You give each one a different color, maybe. The army green here. So, or I could put 1, 2, maybe. I didn't even think about that. I could always put. Oh, is there? There's no numbers in here, is there? That would have been kind of cool if we had numbers. Never mind. So I go back down. We're at the home level. And there we go. This is pretty much how I designed it the last time. So I don't know anybody else that does this kind of thing, this kind of design. So I haven't seen any other content creator do it, or anybody for that matter, design their own room. I really need to get a downstairs spot going here where I can get in and out. So I gotta go get some more sheets. I'm pretty sure I don't have any sheets in here. So I'm gonna have to go to my starter base to get some more. This is gonna take a lot to do what I'm doing here. Let's put some of these in there. Kind of free up some more space. All right, I gotta go to the starter base real quick. Which is luckily enough just up the road here. So I'm using sheets to make reinforced iron plates, which I'm not really using at the moment. So you can see I've got just plenty of sheets right now. That should be good enough. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I don't have, like on dimensional depots, that I probably should. Well, I'll tell you what, when it gets dark, doesn't it? Oh, there's the light right there. Yeah, I definitely need to do something out here so I can see where the hell I'm supposed to turn. If it wasn't for that light, I probably wouldn't have, I probably would have passed it again. Oops. Once I get the sorting finished, then I'll just be able to pull right over there. Okay. It'll be nice when I get all of this weathered in. This looks so wet in there. Okay. Okay, so now we put in the corner pieces. So let's go up there so we can put the windows in. At some point, I'm going to have to make some stuff for that. I think I can button this up now. So, nope, not that one. Okay, so the walls that we did for this, these cool little honeycomb ones. Very nice. Oh, I guess I forgot to put the corner piece in, didn't I? Boy, that would have been unfortunate, right? Dropping right to the right to the damn floor. Whoops. And I might use these throughout this entire base. I kind of like these. Kind of nice. Just wish I could color them, though. But, you know. Oh, did I put an extra window in? I didn't need to? Right, because we're only doing the ones that you can actually see. Because once the wall's up, you won't see that one. Alright, so that's that one. Nice design surface I can work with. Oh, I think this is going to be perfect. Alright, so we need to go up 1, 2, there we go. Boom, and then 1, so what, we go to there? Is that how I did it? Yeah. So go back down. So I'm doing this one just a little bit different. Right, because we have 1, 2, row, 1, 2, row, 1, 2, row, 1, 2, and then we'll have one more at the top. So it's a little bit different than the original design that I did. Okay. Question is, do I have enough material to do this? Man, I'm getting low on beams. Didn't realize I was using so many of them. Okay. So test the floor, make sure it's right. See, you can kind of, you get a pretty good handle on it. And yeah, it looks like that goes right to the very top, so we're probably still going to go up to even that level, right? Because we'll probably end up raising this thing up. Additional. All right. So this is design level 3. Pick a new color. Walnut brown. There we go. Now I'm going to go to the top level for a second because I'm not going to obviously get out of it, but yeah, I almost want to be above. So I almost want to go up even higher than this. So we'll figure that out. Because I'm going to have to go up above it anyway because I got to put the ceiling lights in. So it's definitely going to go higher. So if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, don't forget to hit the like button on YouTube there. Subscribe if you haven't already. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe if you haven't done that already. We've already we had Jasper Cody there subscribe earlier. Again, appreciate the sub. If you're on Twitch, you can go ahead and hit that follow button. And if you have that Bezos money and you want to use those Prime subs, everything is appreciated. That is for sure. So technically that would be considered a level. I want to say, which means I still have to go up a higher, even higher than that, right? So we have the main level, then on, then level. So main level, then on, then there's a level. So yeah, so it's technically already in place. So we can use it. So we'll go ahead and keep it. We're going up another level beyond that. which means the elevator's got to be extended up. But I got to get the walls made for it first. Because we're going to go up to have another top layer. I'll call it a maintenance level. It'll definitely help when it comes to putting up the wire or putting up the lights and whatnot. The roofing, you know, how I want to do the roofing and all that. Alright, so let's go up and check that real quick. Yeah, so we definitely have to go up. But yeah, that looks good. I like it. Yeah, the next level is going to be pretty cool. Because we're going to go up one more than that. It's got to be up higher than the machine in order for me to put in the lights. You'll see why. All right. Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. Whew, that's what I meant to do. So I think this is... Let's see how the ceiling looks on this. Probably have to, these are not gonna, this is not gonna be the official ceiling. I'm just putting in. Man, that's like right to the top of it, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to have to go up one more. Got to go higher. Ooh. However, even though we're going to go higher, that is the actual level that we're going to go to with this. So first, let's do this one, design level 4. Put in our person. Select our color. UPS gold. That sounds good. Whole bunch of really gnarly color choices. All the way down the bottom, so we got to go and we have to raise the elevator. And this is going to be an interesting challenge. Person elevator. I believe that is as high as I wanted it to go. Yeah. So with that, then we put in the formal elevator, which I just have just enough to do that with. So let's go to that level. And let's take a look. Every time you make a change. I probably needed to go a little higher. I wanted this one to go over the top of that, so... That is where I said I wanted it. Is it really where I wanted it, or did I want it to go a little bit higher? Because I'll kind of explain, like, you can't really design from right here. So this is supposed to be a maintenance level for the ceiling. So what I needed it to do is to go probably to that level. So we're going to take that one out. We're going to raise it up just a little. I'm just going to raise it to the top and put it up there because I think that's what I wanted anyway. So let's take that out. And then we do that. So it's raised all the way to the top. And then we put it right there. So here's where it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to put this there just so I can stand on it. That's exactly what I wanted right there. Because again, I need to be able to get to the ceiling. Right? I got to put the lights in, so think of it as like a maintenance level. So it has other purposes too, which I'm getting ready to show you. One is I can now go all the way across. So technically I can go all the way across. Now, granted, I can't really design from here. But if I'm building something and I need to kind of jump down, I can do it from the center. Right? This is going to help me with the light, like I said, with what's going to go up there. We need to. Where is the halfway point? Figure right about there, right? So take that one out, maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's not going to be a full center. right? But we're approximate. Oh, that's interesting. How is that possible? It's not fully centered. Huh. Interesting. That doesn't make any sense. Unless those are not the same length as these. That's got to be what it is. It's not the same. Right? So if I... Well, no, that's perfectly sized. That doesn't make sense. Everything has been working up to this point, so... Am I missing something here? Maybe these are longer, but... Yeah, there's definitely something off about this whole thing. Maybe I didn't position it right or something? I don't know. Let me just take all this part out and just redo it after I get the round ring on it. All right, let me go down at the bottom. I'm going to have to do it from down there because something is not completely right here. I think it's just the way that these are, right? All right, let's just put them in. And then we'll figure out the whole cross thing after. Everybody have a good weekend? Really talked about the weekend, have we? What am I low on? Iron rods? Seriously? Okay, let me go check and see how many iron rods I have. I think I've got some in my truck. Oh yeah. There we go. Now, what I could do, and I'm probably not going to do it, is I was going to say I could probably put my elevator all the way down into the basement. So that way I didn't have to travel. But I'm probably going to put a different elevator in for that. Okay, so let's... So we put in the catwalk here, here, here. Okay, so it's, oh, I see. I centered it on there, and that's what messed everything up. So I can't get full dead center because, you know, these are individuals. And I sort of had it in between that, and that's what messed it up. So let's go up there and I'll show you what I mean. So what I try to do is I try to put it dead center when it's just not going to work that way. So what we're going to do is we'll take, let's do this. We'll take this one out, which is 1 over, right? And let's take that one out. And take that one out. And then here we can walk all the way across. We'll just do it this way. Place with intersection. That one out. There, so now we have nice straight runs. Or 1, 2, start of the third one. So 2, then start. So if I go 1, 2, then it means that one comes out. Right, and then we can put in these. Take this out. Put in another one here. Now, I don't know how this is going to go with the lighting situation with these being over the top like that. I suppose I could try to put lights on these, and that's where the lights actually go. See, so now we have like full-on catwalks going up above. Pretty cool, right? 1, 2. So we take it out there. I think it's kind of cool. And then what we'll do for the ceiling, and this is the part where I'm going to probably have to go get something. But we can actually just put windows. Actually, it would be right here. So we have these window roofs that are flat that we can make it out of. But I don't have that much in the way of stuff here, so... So I need to go make some stuff for that. Yeah, we can put windows in so we get natural light, and then we'll actually have light in here. And what I'll do is I'll set it to daylight. So, because right now you get a decent amount of light down there. This one will be maintenance. We'll just call it maintenance level. And I don't know. Same Pioneer. But let's do the dark gray. Now I still have to put windows in, but I need the same stuff regardless, so I gotta go downstairs again because I don't have. Actually, no, I have it on me right here. Quartz crystals. Oh, will that work with quartz crystals? Or I think I need raw quartz. I think I might need raw quartz for this one. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have any in here. Let's see. Can I make any of it? Silica is made from the raw stuff in it. Yeah, I gotta go get raw quartz. Let's put all that over here. Oh yeah, don't I have some hogs I need to put in here? Get rid of those real quick. So down by my my actual base that I haven't moved off of yet, I have, not far away from it, I have some quartz that I can access. So we'll go down there and we'll get some quartz. We're right at time, so I'm just gonna go down to where that space is. But you can see that is my Designer Mark IV. So this isn't new. This is something I've been doing for a few versions now, so. Of course, this truck can't fit over here. That's why I got to get more formal stuff going here. Move it right there. Just to show you, I've got a quartz over here. And I've also got this stuff over here too. So I got plenty of SAM over here. I got SAM, reanimated SAM for days, but I've got quartz right here, raw, that I can get to. Eventually, I will have a full production line of this stuff too. But I think this is where I'm going to stop right here. Kind of move my stuff out of the way. Just like I do any other stream. We're going to save. We'll say, I guess it'd be new base part 4. You can see I've started working on it for a little bit there. All right, we're at 128 hours of time on this particular playthrough. And that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for coming out. Have a good next few days. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll be working on a new factory. Hopefully we'll, maybe I'll have some road stuff done by then too. Who knows? I'll probably be kind of working on multiple projects at the same time. So, but yeah, over by where that quick wire is where the new, I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and put the new factory. So, yeah, have a good night. Again, Jasper, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. It was nice to talk to you. And we'll catch you guys later.